Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the Golf Club 2019. Today we are going to be playing and reviewing Charleston Hall by the very talented Joe Golfer G. He is a designer who I hold in high regard and he has featured on the channel on umpteen occasions, and this is his latest course which he did design for the Dream Team contest hosted by TGCTours. And he goes on to say, in my latest design you will see a course that merges inspiration from two Seth Rayner gems, the Country Club of Charleston and Yeamans Hall Club. Both courses laid out on low country terrain with a variety of open and enclosed areas. I decided to combine the two to give the player a taste of both courses, not just by their design styles on certain holes, but to provide a dual atmosphere of playing holes on tree-lined and open ground. Many of the holes are inspired by the actual templates that are featured in both courses, some that will be obvious to those who follow Rayner's work. So really looking forward to play this one, guys, and he does go on to give a hole-by-hole guide, which I will leave in the video description. So as you can see, fairways are firm, greens are firm, green speed's fast. We are leaving everything in the hands of the golfing gods and leaving it in default. We do have 5 tee options. We will be playing off the black tees, which are the longest, measuring at 7.5 and 290 for the yards. And as always, for the camera flyby purposes, pin set numero uno. Let's begin round. As always, I do hope you fantastic subscribers and viewers are well, and thank you so much for the continued support. Hole 1 is called Dragon's Teeth. That is a very interesting name, but like I say, he has gave a whole guide which I will link into the video description, and he does go on how to play each and every single hole. I've not read that because I want to figure it out for myself, but I will name each and every single hole as we do come to it. But once again, my loading screen is taking a long time. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I've got fibre optic broadband. I think it's like 50 megabytes download, 20 up. But here we go, Charleston Hall. Hole number 1 is a par 4 playing 422 yards. And like I did say, this is referred to as Dragon's Teeth. So it looks like we've got quite a narrow fairway, slight dogleg left. I'm not sure if that bunker there is going to be in the way or not. But look at this, it's a square green. It's been a while since I've come across square greens. 2 wood is giving me my default. Can we hit the big dog? I'm going to try and take it on. Only problem is that tree going to be an issue here, this tree line? We'll take it on. What's the worst that can happen? Heavy rougher bunker. Oh, I have pulled that extreme left there. Wow. And once again, it seems my opening tee shot, as always in the last few rounds, has been absolutely horrendous. So just want to get out of here. And I'm going to opt for the punch shot here. I just want to get this ball out back onto the fairway and see if we can set up a par save. Good out there.
And now that we're back on the fairway, let's take a look at hitting this.
So we have been set up with a flop shot, but absolute beautiful open hole. I'm just going to loft this up. Fairways are firm, greens are firm, sorry, and fast. So this should run out fairly well for me. Is it going to check up? It does check up, and hopefully we're going to set ourselves up with a straightforward par opportunity from 4 feet. Green speeds are 177, and we do walk away with par after horrendous tee shot on the first. So let's move on to hole number 2, which is called Prize Dogleg, and it is a par 4 playing 478 yards, stroke index 8. So this one's most certainly a dogleg right. Looks like we may have to play a touch of fade here depending on the wind. And once again, a square green, so it looks like that could be the common theme here of the greens, that they're square and not your typical circular greens. So I'm just going to apply some fade here and try and hold this fairway. Wind should hold us up. Fade's coming into fruition here. Are we going to kick out of this heavy rough? I don't think we are. Oh, how lucky are we? I just applied too much fade there. Wow.
Okay, looks like we have around
How lucky are we? That is a member's bounce if ever I've seen one. So we are going to remain with the 8 iron. We're just going to fully loft this up though. Hopefully get this landing quickly as possible on that green and sitting down. Wind should start to take us round towards the flag. And I really like the look of this. This should run out a little bit and sit down. That is a really good approach shot. Really happy with that one. And we do have our first birdie opportunity of the round from 9 feet. Definitely going to break extreme left here. Come on, turn, 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 turn. It's a well-read putt. And we do pick up our first birdie of the round and move to 1 under par. Hole number 3, first of the par 3s, and this is called short. And probably the most common sense reason I can come up with how this is called short is it's a fairly short hole. Look at that, it's like a fishbowl. It's like a fishbowl green, so I would imagine if we're long here, it's going to take us back towards the flag. Just going to loft this up a few touches, hoping for a bit of run out and then hoping to use this backstop here, obviously as Joe has intended, and get the ball coming back towards the pin. Wind should take us round to the right.
I think this is bound for the green.
Get in. Oh, look at that. I had anticipated it being long in that shot, but we came up short and almost got the ace. And it's going to give us our second birdie if the round we do move to 2 under. I'm surprised that that came up as short as that and it stopped as quickly as it did, but we'll take it. So hole number 4 is a par 4 playing 452 yards, and this is called Bottle. Once again, it looks like we're going to have to think about our tee shot here with all these bunkers in play. I really like the light in here in this course. I love the colours, the different contrasting colours. Certainly has the feel for an autumn course. Can we find... I reckon if we go about there, that's going to find the centre of the fairway, hopefully. Struck it well.
Nice
Beautiful
shot.
views. Should kick slightly forward here, which it has done. It's actually kicked right as well, but delighted with that tee shot to hold
Right, we're right around
the fairway there. 122 yards up. Don't want to be too long or that's going to trickle all the way down that slope. Quite a tough pin location, this one, to be honest. Just lofting this up a touch. Probably got a 6 or 7 mile per hour wind that may help us out here. Come on. This should fire right at it. This should fire right at the pin. Sit. Oh, there was the only issue with that little slope. But it once again has set us up with about a 6-foot putt for birdie. It's a 5-footer. There's nothing in this at all. Don't see how this misses. And we do pick up another birdie. So we've hit a bit of a birdie run here. 3 consecutive birdies. And we do move to 3 under par. Let's move on to hole number 5, which is called Eden. And it is a par 3 playing 189 yards, stroke index 6. So we've had quite a few par 3s here, to be honest, in the first few holes, which is quite rare. 194 yards, uphill. I'm just going to come down to the 6 iron. And with a combination of the wind and the green, we're just going to come here and totally de-loft this on the firm, fast greens. We should get a good run out. It's a good strike. Green should start to take us back towards the pin here. Come on, that should start to turn back towards the flag, which it has. And that's one Again, a fantastic tee shot to hopefully set up another birdie from 5 feet. Quite a tricky putt here though. That should really turn. Oh, I've missed it. Oh, that was a poor putt. That turned a lot more than I expected it to. So disappointed only to pick up par here after that tremendous tee shot. But that's what's going to happen in this course if you don't read, or any course if you don't read the putts well. And we are going to remain at 3 under. Hole number 6. First of the par 5s, and this is playing 578 yards, stroke index 12. So it's quite a long par 5, this one. I'm not sure how much options we're going to have from the tee box here. We may have a few obstacles and hazards to consider, but look at the lighting in this hole here. This is beautiful. Approach shot, a long approach shot is going to be over the water. Let's see if we can hit Big Dog here. So we can, but we're going to have to play it well. That wind should bring us round to the right. Need to strike this clean though.
Solid swing.
There's a wind now pushing us towards the centre of that fairway. Should run out fairly well for us. Oh, that tree line, I didn't expect to go as far right as that, and it now looks like we may be obscured by the trees here on the right hand side. I reckon we can comfortably just make that. I'm going to aim about here, just avoid the trees, and we are going to have to play some fade. Come on, fade. Come on, fade. There's a fade coming into play now, and this should work out really well. Contours, yeah, I was going to say contours again should take us back towards the pin, and what a fantastic shot that is, and hopefully that gives us a makeable eagle putt from about 10 feet out. What a fantastic shot that was. We did miserably miss our previous birdie opportunity. I don't see how this misses. Should really start to turn, and oh, Lee, I've really underhit that. I have really underhit that. For 177 greens, I thought that would have run out. That's a shocking eagle attempt there, and that actually feels like a bogey after that approach shot we played, but we are going to pick up the birdie and move to 4 under par, but really disappointed with my last 2 putts, to be honest. So, hole number 7 is a short par 4 playing 386 yards, stroke index 14, and this is called Double Plateau. I can only imagine that this is going to be named after the green here. Maybe there's going to be a double plateau green, which certainly looks like there is up in 2 tiers. I would imagine with a nice favourable wind, Master Club players are going to be able to take that on, but at this moment we're not, but we are looking to find the fairway here. Wind should take us round. Should set up a pitch and a flop shot if we do avoid this bunker and heavy rough here, which we might just do. Yeah, we've just avoided that. I'm going to say it's going to be nothing more than a flop shot, 36 yards. Don't want it to be long here. You can certainly see where this hole gets its name from. I'm just lofting this up a fair bit. I want this to stop as quickly as it can. Sit. Execute that fairly well. Probably a 10-foot putt for birdie. It could be a testing 10-footer. It is a 10-footer. We've not played our last 2 putts well at all. This is downhill, so the break will slightly exaggerate. Should really start to turn, and we do manage to read a good putt at long last and pick up the birdie there, and we do move to 5 under par. Hole number 8, par 4, playing 450 yards, stroke index 18, which makes it the easiest hole on the course, and this is referred to as Knoll, K-N-O-L-L. This is a truly beautiful looking hole here. And to add to that, a truly beautiful looking course. But I really like the square greens. It's something a bit unusual to your circular common greens. Pardon me. So the wind should take us right. Just looking at find the fairway here. I've developed the hiccups here. It's a good swing. Should just find the gap here and it should kick forward. Quite surprised that this is playing the easiest hole in the course though. It's going to give us a wedge. It is uphill. Certainly one of the easier looking greens. I don't think I need to touch this with the firm fast greens. I reckon we can just attack this. I think we've got more than enough club to get up there. This should bounce out well for me. Just came up a little bit short. I should have de-lofted that one touch. We are going to have about a 15-foot putt for birdie. 16 feet. And hopefully this turns as much as it suggests here. Uphill. Oh, weight was good. Weight was good, just didn't read the break.
Alright, nice little 2-foot putt.
And we are going to walk away with just a par there. But surprised that that hole is suggesting it's the easiest hole in the course, because I don't think that's the easiest hole we've played. I would most definitely say hole number 6 was the easiest we've played to date. So let's move on to hole number 9, which is a par 4, stroke index 2, playing 488 yards. And this hole is called Road. Now I can only imagine that this is going off the St Andrews iconic hole, which is obviously called Road Hole. Certainly the yardage seems very familiar. And I would imagine you've got to play this hole well to get a birdie here. Have we got enough club just to get over here? I think we do. I'm just going to loft this up to give us a little bit of air time. Imagine that's about 6 to 7 mile per hour winds. Come on, carry this little bunker and rough.
This looks pretty safe.
Looks like we've done that. And it should hopefully have enough fairway to work with. And that should reward us with a 6 to 7 iron into this game. It's like going to be an 8 iron. Wow, that must have been a monster drive. I'm just fully lofting up this 8 iron. It's now going to be a harder shot to hit. Got to play it as well. Oh, I anticipated that that slope at my feet was going to take me more to the left. But the yardage was good. Is it going to start to turn towards the hole?
Good stuff.
So once again, just the lie, without the lie grid being on, throws us a bit. That certainly looked like it was going to take us more to the left. Nasty downhill putt here. This should really turn hard, especially with a lack of pace that I'm playing this with due to the downhill element. Should really start to turn. Come on, come on. Oh, it didn't turn. Didn't turn enough. Weight was good.
Here we go. This next
But these greens certainly possess a good challenge in this course. It's not as if you're going to have simple tapping birdies from 5-6 feet or 10-12 feet. You're still going to have to consider most of the breaks here. But a solid front 9 could have been so much better. We had 2 miserable putts, one for an eagle and one for a birdie. And we are going to move on to hole number 10, which is a par 4, playing 461 yards, stroke index 5, and this is called Narrows. So the fairways certainly give you a challenge on your driving accuracy, as you can see here. Once again, it looks like we're going to have a narrow fairway to hit in between the 2 bunkers and rough. Into a challenging approach shot. Pin position's well placed. I'm not sure if we'll comfortably drive this, but we might be near it. But still going to have to get a good drive here just to find centre of this fairway here. Wind should start to take us round, which it is. Hopefully kicks forward. And we have found the gap between the two bunkers in the rough.
Alright, you're looking at around
So 7 iron here. I think this club's going to be bang on. Going to have to loft it up. It is slightly uphill as well. So we are lofting this up. Firm fast greens, got to remember that. Looks like I'd rather be slightly longer than short. Relying on the wind to push us towards the flag.
I think this one's going for it.
This is just going to be a little bit past the flag, a bit more than I would have liked. Is it going to hold the green? It is going to hold the green. But it looked like the easier putt was past the flag. But not as far past as this, but once again, very tricky putt. Downhill once again. Tell you what, oh, just unlucky with that read. Weight was decent, should have a 4-foot putt for par. So we do move on, and we remain at 5 under par. Hole number 11. Now wait a minute, stroke index 1, is this not the second hole it's claimed as stroke index 1? That's the first time, I could be completely wrong here, but that is the first time I've ever come across this that I can recall. This hole is called Biarritz, and it is a par 3. Playing with 241 yards, but I'm sure one of the previous holes suggested that it was stroke index 1 as well, so I'm going to club down here. There's no way we're hitting the 2-wood. I feel that's going to be far too much club. We're really in between clubs here. That wind should help us out. But wait a minute, the more I think about it, if we fully loft this and hold this up in the wind, can we use this little back? I still think it would be too long, you know. Let's have a look at de-lofting the 2 iron. And see if we can get this running out. Is it going to get there? Is it going to get there? No. So we're really caught in between clubs there, but I'm quite happy with that. It's left us an uphill putt.
Here we go. Drop this one for birdie.
We are off the putt grid. This is just going to be a lag putt, to be honest. We've not read the break as well as we could have, but the weight was really, really good. We are going to be rewarded with a simple tap-in par here. But I'm sure that that's the second stroke index 1 on this course, which I could completely be wrong, but I'm sure that hole number 8 suggested it was stroke index 1 as well, but I'm sure you guys will keep me right in the chat. Let's move on to hole number 12, which is a par 4, playing 329 yards, and this is referred to as Lion's Mouth. And this is a signature hole at Charleston Hall. This is a short par 4. I wonder if this is drivable with favourable winds. But once again, fantastic looking course, and this course just looks so realistic, so authentic. The lighting is fantastic. We're not going to be able to drive this, I don't think, with ease anyway. Oh. Gonna have to draw this. Try to come over this tree, so we're gonna have to loft this up just to make sure we've got enough height. Let's have a go at this. Come on, draw. Come on, draw. We've not applied enough draw. We're going to be buried in the bunker here. Oh, it's kicked. Oh, it's kicked out into the heavy rough. I would probably rather it be in the bunker, but not the worst case scenario here. We're certainly looking to flop this. I fully loft this up. Should run out well for me. Sit. Oh my goodness, we do flop it in for the eagle.
7 under for the round.
What a flop shot that was, and we do move to 7 under par for the round after a tremendous flop shot from the heavy rough. Hole 13, par 5.
Hole number 13.
And this is playing 620 for the yard, stroke index 17. And this is called Lido or Lido. And this is the longest hole in the course that we've played so far. And it's a fantastic looking hole. Split fairways with water and play. Certainly not driving this into. I would imagine our second shot we're going to have to take consideration on what we do here as well. That pin location is well protected from the bunkers. Looks like we can just play the big dog here.
Nice swing.
Good drive, just wanted to find the centre of the fairway. I would imagine this is going to slightly kick off to the right, which is hand run off to the right here. And this shot's certainly going to be a layup, but we've got hazards that we're going to have to take into consideration here. Oh, look at him. Is there a shot over the... I think we can play that. I think with this wind we can play that, and it's going to leave a flop shot over the bunker, or maybe a pitch.
Now that was a swing.
That's a great strike. This actually may kick on to the fringe here. We've basically eliminated that shot over the bunker now with that, due to the favourable winds we had. And the flop shot is going to be the shot. I'm going to fully loft this lob ledge up. It is uphill, and I feel we can attack this with comfortably. Should check up really quickly, which it has done. Look at that little bit of backspin as well. Almost spins back into the hole. And it's going to be a little 1 foot putt for the birdie. And we are going to move to 8 under par. But this is a fantastic course, guys. I wouldn't expect anything less from Joe Golfer G. I did try to entice him in to meet the designer for this course, but he's kind of burnt out at the moment, guys, and he needs a rest. So I fully respect that decision from Joe. But hopefully we can get him on the channel one other time to talk about his fantastic courses that he designs. Hole 14, par 4, playing 413 yards, and this is called Leven. And to my knowledge, Leven is a little place in Fife. My wife actually hails from there. But like I said, I will leave the hole-by-hole guide linked to it in the video description if you want to check out as you're playing through that. Looks a tough pin location with a well protected green there with the slopes. Wind. Just going to de-loft this a bit. We should kick out here if we do hit the rough, but I don't intend on hitting the rough. Should kick out. Wind did just hold us up, but that was the whole reason I did de-loft the driver there, just to make sure we bounced out firmly. And that set us up actually in prime location for the lob wedge. Certainly don't want to be short. That's going to come all the way back down that slope. Should have enough club here. This should be right at the flagstick. Should bounce out well for me. Oh, it just came up a little bit short. I expected a firmer bounce there with the firm and fast greens, but we have been awarded with 11 footer. This is makeable, like John says. I don't see how this misses. I don't see how it goes past the right of the hole, and I don't see how it doesn't turn to the right enough as well.
Oh, this has a chance.
There we go. We read that really well, and we are awarded with the birdie there. And we do move to 9 under par here. 4 under on the back 9 so far. Let's move on to hole number 15, which is another par 3. There's been so many par 3s in this course, and this is called Redan, and it is playing 184 yards, stroke index 11. And this is one of the most famous par 3 designs in the world, and certainly one of the most copied. The rendition of this hole on here is of a reverse Redan style, meaning that the hole plays left to right instead of the opposite. And obviously here, look at the size of the green, man. It is absolutely massive for a par 3. I think we're going to opt to come down to the 7 iron. This is downhill. most of the way. I would just like my ball to bounce about here and let the green do the rest of the work. So we're going to really de-loft this 7-iron. Now let's hope that the green does the rest of the work here for us. Come on. Is it going to sit? No, just a little bit long. Why, that has really run off. That's still running. So I just de-lofted that far too much there.
You're on the green.
And we're going to have about a 40-foot putt, I would imagine. 47 feet, 2 feet uphill. Once again, just a lag putt. Just want to get this close. This has got a chance, you know. Oh, really good putt. Played that really, really well. And we are just going to have a simple tap in for the par, which we do get. And we are going to remain at 10 under par.
Okay, so that'll keep you at
9 under par. Geez, oh, I'm adding birdies or eagles onto my scorecard here. But hole number 16, par 4. Playing 489 yards, stroke index 3. And this is called Alps. So it looks like the green's well protected. Don't see any hazards or anything in the way of our tee shot. Looks like this is one of the rare holes we can just grip and rip it. But that is a well protected green there. Straightforward tee shot. Wind should take us round. I'm just looking to find left centre if this fairway and try and get in line with the flag stick. Oh, it's actually kicked to the right. I want it to be right in line with the flag there, but the wind is in our favour. The wind's actually blowing in the direction of the flag here.
Right around 170 yards out.
So it's uphill. Just going to loft this up a good bit. Try and get this landing as soft as we can. It's a good strike. Hopefully this sits down fairly quickly. Should kick out well here. Is it going to ride? Just more left if the flag stick I would have liked. I fully expected to land that on just the front of the green, not the fringe. But yardage was good. Just the wind took us more to the left there than I anticipated. This is one foot uphill here. So with the pace we're playing this, it should turn. And it has turned. And that is a fantastic red putt there. Absolutely delighted with the read we put in that. And we are rewarded with a birdie. And we are now 10 under with 2 holes to play. Hole number 17 is a par 4 playing 460 yards. And this is called Cape. I think Cape is an actual term for a design of a hole as well. It could be completely wrong. I unfortunately, silly, don't have the details with me. I jotted down the names of each and every single hole. And it looks like that's a tough pin location. The wind should hopefully take us round to the left here. I just want to find the right hand side of this fairway.
That's looking nice off the tee.
Hopefully these trees on the side here are not going to be in our way. I just wanted to be in line with the flag. Looks like we've played that ideally.
All right.
We should have an 8-iron here. Yeah, played that really, really well. I think we can just loft this up a touch. Wind's going to take us round. Hopefully we've got enough club. I'm convinced we've got enough club to get here with the firm fast greens. It's a good strike. I'm short. It's going to bounce out, but it's going to come up short. Didn't expect that to come up as short as that.
You're on the green. You're on the green.
Do you know what? For these greens being firm and fast, they are really receptible. Things sit down and react on them quickly, which is good. So we've got an uphill putt from 35 feet, but it's makeable. Is that going to turn the last couple of feet like it suggests? Have we hit it firm enough? I tell you what. Oh my goodness. Once again, we just miss out on that birdie. Well read putt, just didn't give it enough porridge there. And we are going to tap that in for a par. And we do move on to the final hole of this fantastic course, guys. And let's make no mistake, this is a beautiful course. It is so realistic, it looks realistic, it plays realistic. I love the challenge to it. And hole number 18 is a long par 4 playing 488 yards. Look at the clubhouse off there in the distance. And this is called Maiden. This looks like it's longer than 488 yards. Split fairway. Bunkers up there on the right hand side as well. I'm not sure if that split fairway, if the rough is in play or not. No, it's not with these wind conditions, so we can hit Big Dog here. Just want to take that trees out of play here.
Nice.
Wind should push us to the right here, just eliminating that tree up there on the left hand side. Should bounce forward. This is a long par 4. I'd imagine this is going to be a 5 iron, maybe a 6 iron.
Okay, we're about 200 yards out.
5 iron. Oh, look at that. I think this club's just about bang on to play this. Contours of the green. I don't think I put a full swing in that. I can only assume I've not put a full swing in that. There's no way that should have came up as short as that. It must have been like an 80% swing, 90% swing. So poor execution on my part there. This is the thing with everything I've got turned off. I don't know what I'm doing at times. Or what I've done. Should spin back a little bit. No. Checked up quickly though, and we are going to be rewarded with a par.
About a 3-footer here.
From 3 feet out. So absolute solid round of golf there. Could have been better. Could have been 3 or 4 shots better off there. But we will take the 10 under par, which is a 60 at Charleston Hall. And this is a fantastic course, guys. Absolute beautiful course. Like I say, wouldn't expect anything less from Joe Golfer G. If you told me this was an RCR somewhere in England, I wouldn't argue. But fantastic course. For me, 100% favourite, 100% 5-star rated. I don't think anyone could not give that a 5 stars. But that is it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy this video and course, please get out there and play it. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.